Let's bring in Damon John, founder and CEO of FUBU and Shark Tank investor, along with Brian Lamb, JP Chase Global Head of Diversity and Inclusion. The two have partnered for the first Black Entrepreneurs Day with its inaugural virtual event set to kick off on October the 24th. Very good afternoon to you both. Thank you so much for joining us. Damon, I'll start with you. Tell us a little bit more about this event. Is it there to inspire black entrepreneurs and minority entrepreneurs, or really to help them get access to capital?
Well, all, to inspire them. I called in, I had this idea and I called up my Rolodex of great corporate partners like Chase for Business, but as well as I'm going to have on there Shaquille O'Neal, LL Cool J, Gabrielle Union, Bob Johnson, Jamie Foxx. And what people are going to see are, the person like Bob Johnson, who created BET, who inspired LL to become a superstar. LL, who then inspired me and helped me as well, and me, who are now investing in other people like on Shark Tank. So you're going to see a lot of stuff like this, but we're also giving away $175,000 in grants, 7 grants to businesses who are pitching, and they have to go to blackentrepreneursday.com and they have to fill out their application from the 6th to the 12th, and we're going to give that to people right there. And we don't take any of your company like I would on Shark Tank, and you get people like the Brian Lambs of the world who are watching you pitch your company and highlight it, and everybody else around the world to say, if they can do it, I can do it.
Well, $175,000 is, of course, hugely significant, but I guess not significant compared to what the government may or may not pass in terms of stimulus. How important is it that you see some kind of stimulus, Damon, come forward from the government, and is line item, sector-specific stimulus enough?
Politics is going to come and go. We are in the virus right now. We're in a desperate need. Small businesses and everyday entrepreneurs, as well as everyday people looking for a paycheck, needed right now. We've been paying our taxes for these reasons right now, and they need to get the politics out of the way. Let's go back all that crap a year or 2 years or 3 years from now. They need the money right now. 44% of black businesses have closed. They will never open again, unlike 17% of white businesses, because they did not have access to capital and they did not get access to the first stimulus. They need it right now.
Talk more about that. So you want to see the PPP extended, something President Trump indicated that he's open to doing on its own, Damon. How could they rewrite the rules so that it does open up more access for black-owned businesses and get to those businesses that have struggled the worst?
I think they need to give them the first shot at some of that, because even if you fund a lot of black businesses, it will not take a substantial amount according to some of the bigger businesses that exist. And if you know that they got looked over, whether it be black farmers or whether it be businesses, and maybe they got looked over because they did not meet the criteria of the amount of employees. Maybe they did not have relationships with the banks that they should have. So I do think that you should put minority and black businesses, LGBTQ and veteran businesses ahead of the curve, because the big boys and girls know how to get the funds. They know how to get the money, but it's a small, everyday American on Main Street who is suffering. They need to. And so whether Trump goes back and forth, I hope that they work it out. I don't want to get into the politics side of it. It's America needs the money now, and that is what we have depended and paid our taxes for every quarter and every year.
Brian, you've been recently named as Global Head of Diversity and Inclusion at JP Chase. Congratulations on that. Tell us what Chase is doing in particular with this event.
Well, I tell you, first of all, we're excited to join Damon and his visionary leadership to pull us together. It's a group of cultural icons and business leaders that believe immensely in the importance of creating black entrepreneurs, not just for today and through these challenging times, but for generations to come. And that's really the vision centered around this and the special day we have coming up in a few weeks. Importantly for JP Chase, just a couple of items that I think are worthwhile mentioning. We didn't just start believing and realizing the importance and the responsibility we have to support black entrepreneurs, but a couple of things we're doing. You think about Chase for Business and advancing black pathways, a center of excellence that really is focused on driving the black community within JP Chase and in the community, has created Advancing Black Entrepreneurs. That's about creating programs, resources, advice and curriculum and courses that will help black entrepreneurs make sound financial decisions, position them to have more access to capital. Laying next to that are some of the things we've done with the Entrepreneurs of Colors Fund at JP Chase, where we started out in Detroit and have moved to multiple cities across the country to provide real access to capital that's necessary for businesses to grow and thrive.
And Brian, as you take on this new role internally at JP Chase as head of diversity, What do you think of the percentage of headcount at the company that comes from minority backgrounds? And have you set yourself a target as you take up the new role? Where would you like it to be in 5 years, let's say?
Well, I tell you, we look at representation as our company as an imperative. I think our CEO and chairman, Jamie Dimon, has led us for years to think about the importance of making sure that we represent the communities we serve. We're focused on it. I obviously think strategically out into the future. We'll continue to challenge ourselves. We always can do more. We can do more for Black entrepreneurs and for underserved communities. We can always do more to create more representation within our own company and the businesses that we work with. So you'll see and hear more about that commitment in a very meaningful way that I think is consistent with the standard that JPMorgan Chase would have.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.